For game week 1 and for game week 2, captaincy in FPL this season was pretty much a given. It was either Bruno or Salah. First week, Salah had an easy game and Bruno had an easy game. Second week, both of them had easy fixtures but underperformed. But game week 3, this weekend, it's not as clear because Bruno has been, or he was very, very poor against Southampton, and they're now facing Wolves away. And Salah is facing Chelsea, which of course isn't an easy fixture. So for this game week, it's going to be very, very interesting. And today in this video, we're going to figure the captaincy issue out very, very carefully and just by a knockout phase. So we'll start off with Mane and Son. My argument for going for Son over Mane is just that Mane is facing Chelsea, whereas Son is facing Watford. Watford is a much easier game, and Mane, you shouldn't have Mane in your team, in my opinion. You should have Salah. If you've got Mane, you're doing it wrong. So in my opinion, you should be picking Son over Mane for captaincy this weekend. Okay, Son or Salah? Who should you be going for, Son or Salah this weekend? Again, Salah is facing Chelsea at home. Yes, it is at Anfield, but it's still Chelsea, and Chelsea are yet to concede this season. They've kept a clean sheet in both games, and they're looking very, very solid. And Salah failed to convert last game against Burnley, so against Chelsea will be much more difficult. Whereas Son, who is the main striker for Spurs, is facing Watford at home. So again, believe it or not, I'd go for Son over Salah for captaincy this weekend. Sorry, I'd go for Son over Salah. And if you haven't got Son but you've got Salah, stay in this video. I'll keep mentioning Salah while I'm comparing to the other ones. But if you have got Salah and Son, I'd go for Son over Salah. Next Fernandes or Son, or Fernandes or Salah, depending on who you've got. Bruno is facing Wolves away, and he was very, very poor against Southampton. Just that argument by itself, just the fact that he was so poor against Southampton, and that just United, the whole squad looked so poor, and that they're going away to Wolves this season, home and away, that it makes a big difference. The fans are making a big difference, so being away is a big disadvantage. And Bruno facing Wolves away, and then Son facing Watford at home, I would go for Son over Bruno. But if you haven't got Son and you've got Bruno and you've got Salah, I'd go for Bruno over Salah. I'd go for Bruno over Salah, and I'd go for Son over both of these two. Moving on to up front, we've got Ings. Now, Danny Ings is an interesting one. He's facing Brentford at home. That's a very, very good one, and he has scored in both games so far this season. He scored a fantastic bicycle kick against Newcastle last game. Would I pick Ings over Son, Salah, and Bruno? That's a good question. I would probably... This is a tough one. I'd go for Ings over Salah, and I would go for Ings over Bruno. Oh god, I might get slated in the comments here, you know, but Ings is facing Brentford at home. Brentford at home. I know Brentford haven't conceded yet, but they are the weakest, or one of the weakest squads or teams this season, and Ings is just a lethal striker. He scored against both Watford and Newcastle. And oh god, Ings or Bruno, I'd go for. My gut is telling me Ings, and therefore I'll say Ings. I'll go for Ings over Bruno, Ings over Salah, and Son over Ings. Yeah, I'd go for Son over Ings, but Ings over Bruno and Salah. So Son is still the main man if you've got all of these. Otherwise, it's Ings. Otherwise, it's Bruno, and then it's Salah. Now, how about Lukaku? If you've got Lukaku, Lukaku's facing Liverpool away. I could see him getting a goal, but that's way too risky. Liverpool are very solid defensively, and so are Chelsea, and that's why I think both Salah and Lukaku shouldn't be captains this weekend. So just by that logic, I'd put Lukaku and Salah in the same spot. So Son, Ings, and Bruno all over Salah and Lukaku, but Son over Ings and Ings over Bruno. I hope you guys are understanding this knockout phase, because it's a bit confusing, I won't lie. And lastly, we've got Antonio, who's playing for West Ham. He just beat the West Ham all-time Premier League goal-scoring record, and he scored 2 against Leicester and got 1 assist, and he scored 1 against Newcastle and got 2 assists. got 3 bonus points in both games, and I think he's the best performing player this season so far. And his next game, yep, it's Crystal Palace at home. Maybe the easiest game in all of Premier League this season, alongside Norwich at home. And in my opinion, you might disagree or you might agree, I'd go for Antonio as captain over all of these. And why? Let me tell you why. First off, West Ham are on great form. They are on amazing form. Secondly, Antonio himself is on great form. Scored 2 goals in the last game, 1 in the game before that. He's got 3 goals in 2 games and got 3 assists in 2 games. And just unstoppable he looks like. And so do the rest of West Ham. And it's a home game, and as I mentioned, home fixtures are a big advantage. And again, it's Crystal Palace, so there's a lot of arguments for Antonio to get that captaincy this game week. So if I would rank these as my preferred captains for this upcoming game week, to make it all a bit more clear for everybody, I'd go for Antonio first, Son second, Ings third, Bruno fourth, and Lukaku and Salah on together at fifth. Now, none of these would be bad captains. I've picked these 6 because I think these 6 are all reasonable picks, somewhat reasonable picks. But that's the ranking for me. Tell me how you guys would rank them in the comments down below, and tell me how you guys will choose your captains this weekend. I will go for Antonio because I've got Antonio and he is so good right now. And yeah, that's about it for this video. Check out my other videos. I've uploaded 3 FPL videos so far today, 4 if you count the one from yesterday. And yeah, we'll see you guys next time. Bye.